GM, welcome back to the channel. In this one, we have Stars Arena with a FUD / exploit going on right about now. Plus, we have other news across SocialFi, Friend Tech with the SIM swap hacks, and a bit more, and potentially some tinfoil hat between the interplay of those two news stories. We've got Bitcoin actually pumping here this morning as well, just under 28K. So without further ado, let's just jump in. Make sure you do subscribe if you're new. So BTC up to 27,924. We'll pull this up on TradingView. As you can see, oh no, TradingView is on miniature mode. Let's go back. You can see it's absolutely screaming up here. So in the last like 10 minutes, this thing has just shot up, breaking out from around 27.8 and just shooting straight up to the moon. So 28,000 is about to get tapped. BTC looking pretty good today. But what is the main issue here with SocialFi, where Stars Arena, this guy here saying you effed up, $1.1 million are being drained right now. So there's been a bit of an exploit, or it seems to be an exploit, but as we'll see in this episode, maybe not the most profitable of exploits out there, but potentially an attack vector for some not very nice news stories, some FUD if you will. So he's saying here $1.1 million is being drained, 1.1 being the sum total of Avax in the contract here, and he's blaming noob devs who couldn't make a copy of Friend Tech that worked properly. So what I'm starting to read into this straight out the gates is that there is definitely this kind of tribalism between various SocialFi clans. Not sure exactly this person's intentions, nothing to give it away in the profile there, but it's saying, look, if you hold any shares in Stars Arena, sell while you still can. Read the next paragraph. So how is the contract getting drained right now? Their get price function is broken. He says you can sell 0 shares on Stars Arena and get Avax back. Yep, you can do this right now and it will work. But where does this extra Avax come from? So continue to read. When people buy shares, Avax goes to the contract with 1.1 mil TVL in it. When people sell the shares, Avax goes from the contract to their wallet. This means that when all funds are drained, you will not be able to sell shares, and it's now being exploited by tens of users. Now, this is a bit of another strange one, just tens of users. Typically, if there's an obvious exploit, everyone will be rushing to do so. If we just look at some of the transactions in here, people are processing the transaction, selling 0 shares and getting some Avax out, but it's not very much at all. A quick bit of stats here from the Avax C chain over the last week. So starting back here around 28th, 29th of September, the Stars Arena went live. Clearly the amount of transactions on the chain have been fairly low, fairly limited, not too much going on over there, but it's absolutely skyrocketed here. So total transactions today over 500,000. Just a week ago, you're talking about maybe 180,000. So quite a bit of an uptick there, making the chain more used, and thus this obviously has an impact on price. So Avax getting a bit of an uptick here. Off the back of their SocialFi, call it a clone, call it whatever you want. It's not directly a clone, but they've created their own SocialFi dApp, as we're seeing the proliferation across many different chains here, and it's starting to get a bit of mindshare. If we look at the Avax chart as well, this corroborates nicely with the start of October, end of September. The price was chopping in just under $9. If you pull it out a bit further, you can see a bit of a bottom forming there. And then the SocialFi app Stars Arena comes out, TVL gets attracted, all the numbers and stats start to go up, and the Avax token price also starts to go up as well there. So obviously a direct correlation between the two. You need Avax to use Stars Arena. But this is where the exploit gets interesting, as this person here is saying, look, when you sell 0 shares, you can gain 3 cents, but it costs 15 cents to do so to actually run the transaction, netting you a loss of 12 cents. So this may well just be a FUD attempt here. So he says if someone wants to drain the contract, it will cost them 5 mil to get 1 mil out in Avax tokens. So this exploit is useless to any scammer from a profit perspective. Profit perspective, actually a very useful term within this, because maybe this isn't profit motivated. So this was Korean Jew's take on the situation yesterday. Mass reports to Metamask, so a disclaimer on the website popped up. And today, it feels like bullish FUD. Got to see how it plays out, but a lot of money at stake for some kind of expected some attacks to come pretty soon. So tinfoil hat time, but maybe not tinfoil hat. It looks like there would be a good reason to actually go after a rival. And this was the Metamask issue yesterday. Deceptive site ahead was being displayed to anyone trying to log into Stars Arena. So people have obviously spammed Metamask and said, look, this is a dodgy site for whatever reason. And this is what was popping up. And I saw quite a few accounts say that they would no longer be using Stars Arena, so it did actually help turn people away. So in that regard, a successful FUD attempt. On screen, the TVL for Stars Arena, as you can see, screaming up, start of October, 138K. Now it's up to almost $1 million. Star shares trade Twitter profiles on Avax. Just to mention, it is pretty much a clone of Twitter. And then the ownership of a ticket, which is the equivalent of a share on FriendTech, that gets you into private chats, but you don't actually need to hold any shares or tickets to utilize the main function, which is the kind of Twitter clone. So therefore you could interact with the feed for free, which is pretty damn cool. And I think gives it a bit of a step up over the likes of FriendTech. Now the plot thickens here. So this is OX Racer. A message yesterday. I don't mean this as a diss at all. I genuinely didn't realize Avalanche still existed until today. So obviously people are saying to him, look, what do you make of this social fight app? It's better than yours potentially. I'm not really sure what they said. As you can see, he is a locked account. But this is Luigi DeMeo, who is the actual dev relations guy over at Ava Labs official. And he says this, shall I post our DMs of you asking about subnets in June, Racer? Subnet would have been the right decision for what it's worth. So clearly you've got someone trying to deny knowledge of the rival here and a bit of argy-bargy, a bit of handbags at dawn, if you will. SIM swaps galore though over on FriendTech. So I think this is primarily through Verizon, that people who have Verizon phone contracts are being SIM swapped left, right and center and then getting their wallets drained and their ETH withdrawn. So very much so bad PR for FriendTech over the last couple of days. Zach XBT did a thread on this just last night, and he says the same scammer profited 234 ETH in the past 24 hours. And it actually took some fatty tuner's wallet for a ride there, who has been a big proponent of FriendTech from the beginning. And the advice from Zach here, do not link your phone number to FriendTech. So on screen, you can see the TVL of various social fi applications. Now, it's fair to say that Stars Arena has been the first major competitor here to FriendTech that I've seen. The kind of social graph I'm involved with, a lot of people started to get a Stars Arena account and said it's pretty damn good. The other ones that have come out, like PostTech, SoFi, Fantech, and some of these others, from reviews I've seen, people saying, yeah, these are a bit shit. So tinfoil hat time, we have the first major rival to FriendTech come out. Even whilst FriendTech is having issues of itself, we're then seeing huge FUD storms around the major rival Stars Arena. So is there a reason for this? Is someone incentivized to therefore FUD the project to death and try and stunt its growth? I'll leave that for you to decide, but we're in a game where anything that really takes off in this market sector could be worth 8, 9, even maybe more figures. And it wouldn't be the first time we're seeing dirty games played in the crypto space. Not to make my mind up too early on this, but no doubt there's probably some shenanigans going on in the background here. I currently do have a FriendTech account. I currently do not have a Stars Arena account, but this kind of bullshit going on definitely makes me a bit more bullish. And as soon as this bad boy actually allows me, I am going to actually sign up and get an account on Stars Arena and see what it's all about. Because if it is getting flooded to death, well, it's probably half decent. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Peace.